Hey everybody. So I wanted to do this video. I think it's important to do a type of video every now and then like this. It's called having a long and lasting healthy relationship. And what I mean about that is you don't always have to uh put your partner first. I think it's best to put God first and always put your kids first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that your partner is not your world. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying none of that. But what I'm saying, there comes a time where you need to take out time for yourself because if you not do that, you're gonna regret that. And it's always good to have time for your kids and your partner. But sometimes you don't have time for yourself and you put all your time in your relationship. It can cause a regret. It can cause a blow up. And a lot of things I want to talk about is don't stay in a toxic relationship. If people ask me all the time, well, how do you know don't stay in a toxic relationship? Because I was in one. I've been there before. I know how it feels to be in a relationship and you giving your all, but he's not giving his all. So that's why I say you got to be careful on what you're doing. Really, it's best to be careful on the men that you pick. A YouTuber said something that made sense. I'm not gonna call his name out. He said that he was always telling these ladies that watch who the men you pick up with. Don't always try to pick up a man to clean him up. Well, and they were saying that about Tia and Cory. I don't necessarily think that Tia picked him up to clean him up. I think Tia was consistently and she was fond of him. We was at a young age, that young, you do things. And you do things to come to realize to say this who you want to be with. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say that, I say she really didn't know what she was getting herself into, until later down the line. And like I've been saying all week long, who knows what was going on behind closed doors because neither one of us really knows. We only know what be put out there on social media. That's the only thing. And then the things that we do know that be put out on social media, we take it and we run it too far. And I think sometimes we need to slow our roll. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same day, in the same time, I think that just as well as she going through, he might be going through as well. And then I overheard that someone was saying that she cut him off a lot. Yeah, I have seen that. But if you being interviewed and you and your partner sitting in there and you're not saying nothing, what's the use? And even everybody said every time they turn around, that man looks like even Gary with the I think with the T or G, Gary from Dish Nation said when you see him, he always look mad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Gary said, allegedly, it's out there in them streets that um he was smelling himself. And Tia was just like, bye. You understand what I'm saying? Uh Not leading on to that, I'm just putting that all in the spectrum and saying some women get tired of that. Some women will get tired of you and will throw your hands up and will give it up. And then everybody's walking around saying, how could they give up a relationship when they've been together that long. I don't care if you've been together for 3 or 4 or 5 years. If you feel like your partner not treating you right and you feel that emptiness and your partner not doing nothing to fulfill that, you need to do what's best for you. If that means you pack up your kids' clothes or pick up your kids from school and you go to your mother's house and stay, that's what you do. Because it take it take a lot of people a long time to leave their partners. Some people will go by and say, well, that's easy for you to say, uh, I don't have the money that you have, or this and that. I mean, and that may be true. I'm not gonna take that from you. That may be true. Cause you may not have the money I have. I may not have the money that you have. You understand what I'm saying? And I may not know what you're going through. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna sit there in a make believe relationship and be unhappy with something, or be unhappy with him, or be unhappy with myself. I'm gonna just say cuckoo and let it go. Let it go and let God. And I know God gonna bring somebody back towards my way pretty soon that's gonna love me for me and love me for my personality, love me for my goofiness. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily have to be with you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I say all the things that they was talking about this week, I really didn't halfway agree with it when it came to, in a way they were sitting there saying, you know, Pastor, she got the same name as Tia, but I'm not gonna say her name. Well, allegedly, Tia B, which is Thug Pastor or Pastor Thug, however you want to pronounce her name, said that Tia seems controlling. Tia cuts him off a lot. Well, we all know that he'd been cut off, and they saying that who knows, he could have just told her that he's tired. He wanted a divorce. No, he didn't tell her that, because if you go back, Tia is the one that filed for divorce. Tia went to him, and if you notice, Tia said in the post, she said, I'm always real with all my fans, and I want to thank my family and my friends." And she said that her and Cory Hardy to decide to go their separate ways. That's what she said, and they did undecided differences. And reconcile undecided differences, no spouses support. Uh, uh, he keep what he came into the relationship with, and she gonna keep what she came into the relationship with. But they're gonna split up their assets. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Behind closed doors, what I do know, something else could have came up. She could have found out something new, because it was a video found, or not a video found, or it was an interview. I ain't gonna tell y'all who did the interview. I was gonna watch the video today, but come to find out, Cory Harrick allegedly came on there and say lawsuit, because back in the day, the person that he used to stay next to, saying that Cory Hardick always had allegedly bad energy. Uh, I don't know how true that is. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but I know this. From what I understand, one of Cory Hardick's friends came on to say that Cory was blindsided by this divorce, and Cory really do love Tia with all his heart and soul, and he would give anything for the relationship to work out. Who knows? He might be trying to contest the relationship, the divorce. So, she ain't making him have no spousal support. Only thing she want to do is walk. That's the only thing she want. Now, what woman do you know that don't want their man to pay no spousal support? And so that's why I was saying I would do this video. Uh, it's very important on having a healthy relationship. That's what I'm saying. You know, um, I wasn't reacting to the video about Tia. I was just talking. So that's what I want to say. Make sure you don't stay somewhere where you don't feel wanted, and don't stay somewhere where you have to pull up with bull and be bullied in the marriage, because that's not what you signed up for. If you feel like somebody disrespecting you, don't stay there. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not dragging Cory, but I just feel like it's certain things that you should do. I don't think you should wait until you get up on your feet and stay in a marriage and have a person that's down for you, got your back, supports you. If you feel like you putting up with too much, then okay, then you go on and say this and that, say this and that. No, I don't need you in my life. I need you to bye bye. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. You know, take what Tia is telling y'all. Love yourself and have self worth. Take everything that she's been telling y'all for the past week. Listen to what she's telling you, ladies, no matter how old you is, and take it and use it. Because I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but just listen, you know. And I'm gonna put this little bit in there. I don't like the way people talk about people. That's just me. I don't like the way they talk about you. Now, you see, Tia made one statement. He done came back on there several times comments because he's trying to get his lie right. And that's all I gotta say, y'all.